Dana Barrett asked Dr. Venkman, why do you like being a Ghostbuster? He replied, same reason I asked you out, 'cause busting makes me feel good.
Ugh, that's tasteless.
No, ma'am, that's tasteless.
Movie review, bitches! Fancy.
Wow, that's not the lyric.
Welcome, everyone. Cases Adjacent movie review of Adventures in Babysitting. I'm Jay Chowder. We got Bone.
Hey.
Slopdog.
Hello.
And we do have a very, very special guest, fucking Mr. Keith Coogan.
Thank you.
Oh, shit. I was like, he hung up.
I can't believe it.
I missed the button.
Well, thanks for having me on, because it was such an entertaining show. I'm always, as actors do, Googling myself. And something comes up, the toy soldiers. I'm like, oh, yeah, I don't watch anything. Anyone talks about toy soldiers. And immediately I knew it was going to be my kind of review. Because trust me, all the questions you asked about that, we were asking on the set. Why are we in our underwear? I don't understand.
There are people trying to kill us. Why are we in our underwear? You wouldn't get ready for battle, pants, fucking ready to go? Yeah.
With a clear, sober eye, the director looked on us the first day we're shooting those scenes, and he goes, guys, it's Virginia, it's hot, and there's 7 of you stuffed in a room that would normally hold 2. And there's no power, there's no AC, so it's hot. So, you'll be in your underwear. And we're like, yeah, that makes sense. And then I realized how absolutely homoerotic the movie is.
Right. And you
guys are definitely listening.
Did you ask the director? I think you're fucking hot for this play. Come on, dude. Want to get some of that yogurt in the buff. And anyway, but yeah. And then the scene we love too is where they're like, fucking, he's like, you speak Spanish, and then he just says the names in a fucking Spanish accent, and then your character's like, that's right, you do speak Spanish. Like, what the fuck is that about?
I know, that was great, because I never noticed that one. That was a good catch. There's another fun continuity error with where they drag the guard off into the bathroom. This is after the FBI, the feds have cut the power. Yeah. And they go into the bathroom and the light on is in the bathroom. Watch it again. You go, why is the fucking light on? They cut the power to the whole school.
You fucked up, director. You're too worried about the boys naked in the fucking bedroom. You fucking turn that light off, motherfucker.
A test for movies that are period pieces, because obviously, 37 and whatever, 34 years old, however old those movies are now. 33, wow, for toy soldiers, is the cell phone test, the iPhone test. So would it change the plot if iPhones existed for either Adventures in Babysitting or Toy Soldiers?
Yes, a trillion %. Like, I watch old episodes of Seinfeld where they get fucking separated, and then you're like, yeah. They would just fucking call him, hey, asshole, you're slow the fuck down, I'm losing you. And he's like, we're gonna see this bubble boy. And then nope, fucking off forever. Yeah, I think cell phones would solve almost and kill every plot to every movie.
But writers have really creative ways of, there's no bars. Oh, my battery's dead. Oh, I lost my phone. Number one, Adventures in Babysitting, we get a flat tire. We get pulled over. We can't just call her mom or anything. And she can't use her phone because she forgot her purse.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot my purse. So her old phone is back home. And we don't have one. Brad's not mature enough. Sarah doesn't have one. Daryl, God knows, he's, no, he does not have a phone. Nobody's got a phone. That we have no plan. We have to get near a fucking Starbucks to get Wi-Fi to message our parents.
You know what I think though? You said Brad wasn't mature enough. I was rooting for your character through the whole movie. I'm like, you're not that. It's a freshman and a senior, okay. And then I'm like, this is fucking horseshit. And again, her original boyfriend fucks her over. He's a real fucking cunt. And then fucking she ends up with that guy at the end, right? And then poor Brad fucking just lonely staring out the window. He has to go fuck Anthony Rapp as his sister watches with a goddamn Thor hat on. Fucking, I felt so bad for your character. This is fucking bullshit.
Well, I have an argument with my wife all the time. I'm like, Brad is actually a bad guy. So he's not a hero at all. He is mean to his sister. He is coveting. He is possessive. He's just expecting, because he loves this girl from afar, that she's supposed to love him back. And he is it's so funny. There's a great bit where the white stallion guy with the Jeep is like, you sure you don't want me to hang out? Make sure you get your car. And you just see me eye roll like, dude, I got it. Go away. Yeah. It's a great... You'll see it when you're watching Adventure Babysitting. There's just little moments where I'm just so jealous.
It's such a teenage boy response.
And I'm not the lead. It's, Elizabeth. It's Lisa.
Yeah.
First day of shooting, she's like, it's Elizabeth with an S. So cool kids call me Lisa. So I'm like, Lisa, Lisa this, Lisa that. So just call Elizabeth, she's Lisa. And I had a terrible crush on her. Anyway.
It's like the movie was real life.
All did.
I mean,
and then he kissed me. You have to decide whether the song is Goodfellas or Adventures in Babysitting. Because Goodfellas has a good usage with the whole club and the, at the beginning of the movie. Keith, I see that touchstone label and I wait for that ball to come across. And if that, Phil Spector song doesn't come on, I'm pissed. I'm like, what is it? Ruthless People? Nobody cares. Yeah. Name another touchstone film from that era. Stakeout, Ruthless People, Outrageous Fortune that gets as much play on TV or whatever.
True.
Do you think it got slaughtered on Disney? Just fucking slaughtered, right? Like, it's like they cut out the swears, they cut out all the good stuff.
I know, because kids can watch mermaids and watch Dalmatians and stuff, and a bunch of murder, everybody murder. Fox and the Hound, they can watch the murder. Mom gets murdered, and the bear tried to just terrify everybody, and the hunter goes just shooting randomly at everybody. That's fine, but the moment you say shit, fuck, bitch, homo, it's over. Yeah. So what it is they said, it's Disney, we got kids, we don't have a way to separate adults from kids on the service. They could just go click on anything, and all of a sudden the 7-year-old's exposed to these words. And all right, we're fine. We get it. So there's the TV version. It's not even the TV version. This is what pisses me off. There was a TV version that we did back in the 80s that I refused to do replacement for some of the words. I was like, no, I'm not doing it. They're like, well, you have to replace this line. Here's a cassette. Just do it at home. Record one word. Could you just record one word and send it back? And I'm like, nah, artistic integrity. That's what the script was. That's the movie I did. You want to make a TV cut? Go for it. So
just record. Go fuck your mother. Send it right back to him. It'll be fine. Yeah.
That we did on Cheetah. There was a take of Cheetah where we're shooting in Africa and we have to shoot and send it on a plane back to London, back to the States to get developed. And the Disney people are waiting for this film and get back. So we're well into shooting and we're on schedule and we're doing a good thing. There's a scene where I'm supposed to be in the poacher's shed and be like, I know none of you've seen Cheetah. That's a ridiculous film.
We were just talking about it actually because we hadn't seen it, but I saw it in your videography. So I was just like, we got to watch this.
We got to fucking watch it now.
We got to do a movie review on fucking Cheetah.
Oh, yeah.
It just the cover is just you and a cheetah, and I picture a buddy cop film running through Africa. It's awesome.
Oh my god! Yeah, so I have a long relationship with Disney, with the Fox and the Hound and the Cheetah, the Adventures of Babysitting. In the Army now is secretly Disney because it was a Hollywood Studios, which is or Hollywood Pictures, which is their R-rated version. So they'll do Buena Vista for G, Disney for PG. Touchstone for PG-13, and then Hollywood Pictures for R. Anyway, yeah, the TV thing is slaughtered. It's just the edit is it's hysterical. What's funny in the old TV edit, they did want me to replace the word homo. I get it. It's not, you can't go calling people homo. Look at Monster Squad. Terrible language in Monster Squad. We've all learned.
Love it.
Everyone's moved on. Me too. However, he's being mean to his sister.
Mm-hmm.
So
I like him.
and the only thing, and Chris Columbus fought for all the language, like the shits and fucks, because he goes, it's not. It's the only dangerous part of the movie. The edgy part is, there were some bad words. So kids can feel like they saw something kind of adult or edgy, but it's just words.
It's how we spoke back then. Like that, I don't think we should go back and try to edit what already happened. Like I understand if you don't put that language in a movie today, but
I would.
That's how we spoke. Yes, I know, but that's how we spoke. So I just hate it. Like even Playboy, I think they edited the word Playboy to be Playboy or
no,
something.
it's Playboy because we could not use the Playboy license or the magazine or mention it or any of that unless they signed off, approved all the usage, and also had one of their photographers take the photos of Elizabeth Shue.
I love it.
If the iPhone was a thing, you wouldn't have had the Playboy.
Yeah.
Like it wouldn't have been a Playboy. Like they wouldn't have had to steal it. Like none of that would have existed.
Kids.
They
True.
would have had that
I see
information
great
on their phone.
scenes of like, look, they've got a picture of her, and like they'll hold it up, and the babysitter just smacks it out of their hand, and the phone goes flying 500 feet. Like you could find a way. Toy Soldiers is the terrorists of the military just jammed the whole thing in so that cell phones don't work. Boom, problem solved.
I love in the movie though. The guy's a creep. And like they're looking for the Playboy, and the guy's like, I took the Playboy up to the office. Basically, it's like, so it's all full of your cum now. I took the Playboy
upstairs. I love the article joke. He goes, I took the Playboy upstairs. There was this article on. It's a great bit, very well written.
He's like, my fucking all my stuff from Philadelphia better not be smudged, pal. I'll tell you that right now. Run all the ink. And, no, but like in the beginning of the movie, Keith, when she's singing, like I know Slopdog feels the same way. Every time she sings with that bedpost, I'm like, this bitch is gonna die. Like I'm like, she's gonna fall. That's gotta go up her nose. It's gonna go in her throat. I'm like, that is, I don't know. I always like since a kid, I don't know. I've always like that bedpost is dangerous. Did you ever think that when you watch this movie? Were you ever like, she's gonna die? I thought she was
lurching back and forth on a phallic symbol. She's grabbing this thing and coming into it. I mean, the whole thing is a wedding. The whole sequence is a wedding sequence, and she uses the curtains and has the thing, and choreographed by Monica Devereaux, who was Chris Columbus's wife, and she is the runaway babysitter, or to the runaway that we come to at the river. They're, how old are you? I'm 17. So that's Chris Columbus's wife.
Oh, no kidding.
And we're in the street that as soon as we cross Devereaux Street, you and your boys there are dead meat. Her father played the cop that chases Macaulay Culkin when he goes to buy the toothbrush and they chase him around this square.
Yeah.
There's like this gray-haired kind of, cop that runs after him and stuff.
Another Columbus film. Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah. And all of Anthony Rapp's brothers, one of them is in the gang on the subway.
Wow. I didn't know
Big
that.
tall red-haired kid. And the others are, and Elizabeth Shue's brother, Andrew Shue, is an extra in the frat party scene. And Anthony Rapp's brothers. So is Elizabeth Shue. So when they walk into the party and look at the first shot of Southside Johnny and the Jukes playing, they do this kind of pan across the dance floor. Well, Elizabeth Shue's right in the center of that shot. She's wearing gray sweatshirt and a black cap, and she's dancing very obviously. So next time you see that, you'll see Elizabeth Shue look in and see herself dancing and then come back to herself.
That's phenomenal.
Wow, we were shooting for a couple of days, and she never got to dance. She got to do the slow dance with, the hero guy. But so she goes, just one shot, let me dance. Like one of the last shots of the night.
I love shit like that. How great is that?
When I was a kid, I thought that like the guy that she ends up with at the end, Dan, I thought he was like Prince Charming in my mind, like he was the hero. But now that I watch it as an adult, like that's kind of what when we check out these movies, we kind of compare how they hit different.
She's 17.
I feel like he's I just feel like he's kind of like a player. Like he's got this suave like little moves and stuff, but it doesn't feel genuine.
He is Otter from Animal House. He
Absolutely.
knows he's like Been there 6 years.
I feel like
and the
he's
writer,
a get quit it guy.
David Simpkins, the writer, he's one of the frat guys that's like, it is Miss March.
Yep.
He wrote Briscoe County Jr., Angel, Buffy, Warehouse 13.
Oh.
The only feature he wrote was Adventures in Babysitting, but I think it's a great script because it's After Hours meets Ferris Bueller.
Mm-hmm.
So Ferris Bueller takes place in Chicago. The kids are left alone. They go running around this town. They go all around Chicago all in one day, wearing the same clothes the whole time. They go to different stops, never returning to the same stop. They go to a French restaurant. They have a musical sequence. Sing Twist and Shout and the Babysitting Blues. And they just beat the parents home in time. It's like totally fair.
Oh, damn. I never even thought about that, but yeah, 100%.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
You have Shay Keys. And then, I love that it's Shay Keys in Ferris Bueller. Shay Keys.
Well, I love how like they clean up, and I just noticed this last night when I was rewatching it with my kid, and I was like, she cleans up the whole fucking kitchen. And they got to rush, of course, and then she puts all the dishes in the fucking sink. Like those dishes aren't even cleaned, man. And dare I say, the dishes aren't done, man. Oh man, punch me in the face, Keith. And
slow.
Punch me in the fucking face. And but like I was like, this bitch leaves all the dishes in the fucking sink. Like if I was a parent, I'd be like, why are all these fucking dishes with macaroni and cheese in the fucking sink? What's happening here? She's just laying on the couch. I'm like, please do some fucking dishes as I walk through this door. Come on.
You take out the trash. Jeez.
Right. Put yourself in it, bitch. Do those dishes. Anyway, but like, so again, anybody that's this movie, I don't know how you'd have it if you clicked on this. Fucking lady's gonna go. She's supposed to go on a date with her boyfriend. He stands her up because he's a dick, and then she goes to babysit a couple kids. Well,
she goes to her best friend's house, who is semi-murderous because her best friend is about to poison her stepmother.
Yes, I'm gonna poison her tab. Is that what she says?
Spike her tab with Drano. And what's so funny is we've moved on generationally, and there are kids today that go, "I don't understand a single word in that sentence."
What's tab?
What's Spike? What's right? Drano? Yeah. What the hell is Spike her tab? I love that line. I'm gonna spike her tab with Drano.
This bitch is gonna pay. You don't fuck my father. And,
no, this town, it's like a Dairy Queen. You only get one flavor. It's such great lines.
So yeah, and what happens to her is great too. So she runs away. So as this lady's babysitting, she finds out her friend runs away and then regrets it. So she's like, now I gotta get my fucking idiot friend, has to take the kids, and then fucking just Adventures in Babysitting happens, baby. Oh man. And so it's just a fucking just craziness happens, and it's great. Keith, in the fucking film, there's this like guy, and like when all this shit happens to her friend, like when that guy, I love the scene where the guy, he just keeps opening up his coat and just showing her a gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
and he's there all night, just standing there all night.
Showing it to her. Hey, you like that? You see that one? It's great because you think the actor was brilliant, and the direction is brilliant, and the script it is too. Because it sets up, he's got a flasher coat. You go, this guy's about to flash her. And instead, he just goes, he treats it though like his dick. So he's like, hey, you like it? See it? It's big, huh? You like that? So watch it again, and you'll see the actor playing the gun as his dick. It's great.
They're like, we got to keep it PG-13. Make it a gun. All right. Yeah. Otherwise, he's flashing with a gun.
Yeah. Oh my God! Seen a bald Chinese lady shoot up. Oh my God! It was great. Her parts of the bus station were so gold, and we went down to the set to watch her film because it was just she owned every single little chunk. The jumper size sewer rat. She's a scream queen because she gives out a blood curdling scream. But my favorite is the guy with no wiener, and that was.
You don't have the money, and I don't have a wiener.
That was not in the script, and it wasn't there. And they realized as they're doing the movie that Steinkamp's, it's father-son team that had like white gloves and a moviola, and were like actually splicing the film. as we're going, they go, we need one more scene with Brenda to cut away and then come back to the kid. Like, oh, okay. And we were shooting, I think we'd moved from the Chop Shop, and then we tore down the Chop Shop set and built the parents' party set in that same space. And only one floor. So there's a floor that's under construction, and then you clean that out and put a party in there. And so, yeah, anyway, how to save money when you build sets. So in front of the party scene set, they built a 2-wall little bus station with 2 flats, brought the hot dog cart in. The head of the Screen Extras Guild, he said, I'll play it. I can do it. And he quickly learned the dialogue. It was perfect. He played it absolutely serious. He did not know that the dialogue is hysterical. I start laughing at the idea that she wants to pay with a third-party check that's like been signed over for press-on nails. No, it's a good check. I love it. I love it.
Oh my! I love it. Like today, you go to
perfect.
the store.
It's perfect. Set each other up perfectly. Yeah. You slip me the
good.
cash, and I'll slip you the wiener. I don't have any cash. Then I don't have a wiener.
It's a great. We were just talking about before we got out here that line and just giggle about it because we giggle about as kids, giggle about as adults, and Keith. But that guy with the gun looks like Slopdog's uncle.
Totally
so
does.
like so just a little about us, Keith, is like we're all family. So Bone and I are brothers, Slopdog's our cousin, and but it's just we're related by mothers, okay? And currently they're in Connecticut and I'm in Arizona. Because I'm a crazy hippie who travels. And
so mothers who were whores or a dad that was a stud. I can't figure out what's going on over here.
I don't know. I mean,
a little of both, I think.
A little of both.
Look, no, I can't talk. My mom, I have 3 dads, so don't even.
Whoa.
You haven't heard our special Mother's Day episode.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
We had our mother on.
My mother and I were talking, asked her about dad's dick, what's going on with that.
Wow.
My brother was breastfed. I was not breastfed, Keith. So I'm all jealous. And I always tell my mom, I'm like, one day I'm just going to come, I'm going to rip that blouse up, I'm going to get some of that milk, you know what I mean? And there's new Oreo cookies, Halloween. Man, that'd be a nice treat. And what? Love you, Mom. And joking. And but anyway, so we're related just by mothers, right? So like is on her dad's side, right? So anyway, so he has 2 daughters. Bone ends up dating one of those daughters. So it was weird for Slopdog because they weren't related by blood, but she had to be like, both my cousins are dating. And people are like, what the fuck? Like fucking Springer? Like, no, they're not by blood, right? Hates my brother. Fucking hates him. Like I came home to sell my house.
It sounds worse trying to defend it every time you say that but not by blood.
Not by blood.
Just doubling down on it. But it's okay. No.
So Bone bangs his daughter when he's younger. When I come out to sell my house, it's so great. He hates him to this day because the guy, we all had dinner together. He's like, Chowder, nice to see you. Good luck on your travels. Hugs me, says bye to Slopdog, her dad, everybody. Sees Bone and goes, have a good life, and just walks away. Fucking hates Bone. Hates him. He's going to pull a gun on Bone. But so anytime we would always say when we would laugh.
We're watching Fear. What is it? Fear with Mark Wahlberg and Billy Peterson. And that's happening right now. They're trying to kill him. It's great.
Oh, watch out. Chowder has a man crush on Mark Wahlberg.
All right. I don't know if you guys have seen Fear, but there's some pretty creepy shit in it from,
Oh,
that's a good one.
It's a great movie. Wahlberg, one of my man.
And he's
crushes.
ageless, so I can't tell what year this was made. It could be 90 or it could be like 2 years ago. I really can't.
I could have been last week.
That guy wakes up like at 4 a.m. and does full aerobics and stuff.
Crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah, he's a baby face.
I may or may not watch those workouts with pants on. I'm not 100% going to say if there's lotion by me or not. We'll see what happens. And what?
So he looks like the guy with the gun.
Yeah, that's right. Show me it, Wahlberg. Flag.
That was a long way to get to that. We had our whole family shit.
Wow.
I'm so ADD that I'm the one that pieced that story back together. Okay,
that's right,
fine.
brother.
We're not talking about me enough.
The lady
You're the guest, brother. You're the guest.
So the actress that plays Brenda,
yes,
I didn't realize that she was the same person in Kindergarten Cop until like maybe a month ago. I never put that together.
No, and she went on a rip where she worked with every single A-lister. So she did Kindergarten Cop with Schwarzenegger. She did Awakenings with De Niro. De Niro and Robin Williams. She did Carlito's Way with Pacino. She went on a rip. Who the hell her agent was, man? Oh, she did The Shadow with Alec Baldwin. What's the black and white movie?
Sin City?
Oh, The Artist. She did The Artist. She's just, mega superstar.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy.
I like now that I'm seeing her, I'm picturing her face. I'm just like, oh crap, yeah. Like sometimes people you just don't like they just like a hair color or anything, and you just can't tell.
I know.
This summer we went up to Oregon, and I fucking went to the set of like the Goonies, and the fucking Kindergarten Cop house school's like right next to the Goonie house. And dude, I was like loving it. I was like a kid. My wife's like, settle the fuck down. And I'm like, this is fucking great. Like, and I'm like, here's where he punched the fucking guy who beat his kid. I was like, fucking great.
Oh no.
But anyway, he's like, what? And I don't know.
He goes off on tangents a little. Our whole life. He just sold his house and disappeared in a freaking trailer. He lives on the other side of he lives like in a desert now or something. At the tent town.
That's correct. And hey man, you gotta live free. You know what I mean? And don't let the world keep you down. And but yeah, so welcome to my midlife crisis, Keith. I appreciate you coming on. And so what is new for you, sir? Anything coming up you wanna you got coming up you wanna promote? Anything that people should check out? This will probably be up like a week from today.
Okay. Let's see what just hit Amazon. Team of Two. It is a buddy cop movie where the lead cop is obsessed with the 80s, and he drives a DeLorean and wears the vest from Back to the Future, and uses the big chunky cell phone and everything, and he can't keep a partner. So I play one of 19 partners he goes through. It's a silly comedy co-starring Eric Roberts. Who was the Grease from Grease? What's his name?
John Travolta?
No. Grease 2. Grease. Lorenzo Lamas. Okay. Eric Roberts, Ken Devishian from Borat. Anyone who picked up the phone and said yes, is in this movie. It's great.
Oh man. Do you have anything coming up? I think you did I see you're going to be going to, is it next week you're going to be at a convention or something?
We just did New Jersey Horror Con and Film Festival last weekend. Wow. Next up is a screening in Santa Ana of Don't Tell Mom Babysitter's Dead on September 8th. Yeah. And then we are going to Ohio and then Albuquerque, Florida. So a couple of appearances here into the end of the year. Yeah.
Can I check your website for that, Keith? Or where was the best way to
Twitter? Keith Coogan, the Twitter, the Facebook, the Instagram, all that stuff. Yeah.
And can I say, Keith, that Chowder's wife got it in our head that you weren't really Keith Coogan and you were catfishing us. So up until I heard your voice, which you sound
like exactly
the same, I was just like, is this a catfish?
Did you ever see The Untouchables with Sean Connery and Kevin Costner and Charlie Martin Smith? And okay, so there's a line where he's on the bridge and Sean Connery's kind of shaken down. Costner after a bad day at work, and he goes, "You're just gonna let me go? I could have a gun, whatever." And he goes, "Well, you're a treasury agent or whatever." And he goes, "You just believe me like that?" And Sean Connery goes, "Who would pretend to be that which is not?" So, in terms of being catfished by Keith Coogan, who would pretend to be that which is not, dude?
I don't know, man. You were in some really good movies. Like, we grew up to like I'd say have 3 of your movies we absolutely like watched perpetually. This Adventures in Babysitting, Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead, and Toy Soldiers were like staples. We perpetually watched those films.
So I suggest the B cut layer is hiding out onto the boardwalk, which is a Corman picture, a surf picture, and Book of Love, which is a 50s film, which was a New Line picture directed by Bob Shea, the president of New Line, who, the house that Freddie built. And let's see, Under the Boardwalk, the surf picture was directed by Fritz Kirsch, who directed Children of the Corn. Cheetah is directed by Jeff Blythe, who did the helicopter footage for The Shining, for the car driving up to the hotel. So I'm 1 degree away from Stanley Kubrick, damn it.
Can I say I'm really excited
for a
to watch
G-rated
this
Disney
film.
picture they show in prisons. It's rated G. There's children, lots of outdoor activity and animals. So
I'm really
I met
excited
a guy
to watch
once
the
who's
Buddy
like,
Cop Cheetah film.
I would totally. Cheetahs are totally mellow. They'd be great. We shot in Africa. It was real. Like, we were in tents. There's no fucking hotel and tub. You're like in a tent in the middle of Africa, working with all these real local rhinos, hippos, gazelles, and elephants and things. The cheetahs were flown in from the San Fernando Valley. They were animal actors.
I'd be afraid to rip my face off. I'm like, dick's gonna be gone. One sweep, yeah.
They only kill you by breaking your neck when you're running away from them. They will trip you at full speed and basically and if you're in the same room with them, could maybe scratch you, or they took a chunk out of one of the animal handlers' legs. They were shooting. The opening scene is we see the African veldt and we see a cheetah and it's there and it's beautiful. And then all of a sudden a plane comes flying over because we're the Nairobi National Park, the game preserve, goes right up to the airport. Like, literally that could happen. But here we dragged a cheetah from the valley to Africa. He's like, what the fuck is this? And we stuck him in the middle of a field near an airport. And we have the trainer like 6 feet off holding a long leash. And the plane takes off and the cheetah lost its shit, winds up in the thing. The guy's trying to handle it and it just bites his calf. That was the worst thing that happened on the whole shoot.
He tries to tell you how safe it is. Fuck you, dude.
Fine. Yeah. We were fine. We had 2 cheetahs, a younger boy cheetah that would walk around and do shit, and a older girl cheetah, the older sister, that was just mellow, would chill. You could do anything to her. And they were trained to sit on a slab of granite, a thin slab that you could go put anywhere, and then they go and sit on it. And that's how you get them to walk places or go do things. Or at one point I'm playing soccer, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's fine. I am very comfortable with the cats. We spent a lot of time with them. And I watch the movie now, and I go, did I actually play soccer with the cheetah? That's pretty ridiculous. A fun movie. It's born free, but with a cheetah.
You say you do anything with a cheetah. Is that what you're saying? Anything?
Stop.
No, I'm not gonna stop. Bone. Bone. We always rag on Bone that he fucks his dog, and so like
just because I make the dog scrambled eggs.
Keith, do you have a dog? Eggs. Keith, listen, I'm not saying you fuck your dog, Keith, but like my brother cooks eggs. When I was staying out there, my brother was cooking eggs, and I'm like, and then he's throwing them away, and I'm like, what are you doing? They're burnt. He's like, well, these are burnt. I'm not going to give them to the dog. I go, dude, my fucking dogs only get the burnt eggs. Why are you throwing the eggs in the fucking garbage for? He's like, baby angel, don't eat those eggs. Baby angel gonna eat the perfect eggs. And I'm like, dude, I think you're fucking your dog. Like, he's all like, oh, baby angel. So I'm just saying, maybe you can fuck this cheetah. I don't know. And
maybe. And, so there's a shot we're supposed to say, the bad guys are terrible or something, and the cheetah, like, oh my god, these guys are, what a scumbucket. That was the word. Just, what a scumbucket. And scumbag or scumbucket. No, they say, don't say scumbag, say scumbucket. It's okay. And then one take, they go, all right, now say this. And so there's a take somewhere in the archives, negative, of me going, in a Disney movie, I turn around and go, what a motherfucking douchebag. And we sent that off to daily so they could laugh, back home. But that's ADD. That's how long I took to get back to that story.
No, dude, I love it, dude. I think it's I think this movie sounds good. I'm gonna watch this fucking cheetah movie, dude. Like Bone was mentioned there, he's like, you know he's in a movie with a fucking cheetah? And I'm like, what? And I was like,
You know
no fucking way.
Free, go to Tubi or Quibi or whatever, one of those free ones. And there is it Executive Evasive Action with Roy Scheider, Dorian Harwood, Sam Jones, Clint Howard, Swayze's brother. What's his? Not Patrick Swayze, but his brother. And it is a Con Air. It's a Con Air, but with a train. Super low budge. That's a good one. And it was called Steel Train in Germany, the only country it was released in when it came out. And then I'm proud of my bad movies. Python, which is 130 Feet of Terror. And it's got Robert Englund, Will Wheaton, Billy Zabka, Jenny McCarthy. You have a lot more fun doing cheap, low-budget movies than big-budget movies. Just filming a movie is a lot more fun at the low-budget level. And
I don't know if... Go ahead,
Downhill Willie, which is a ski picture I did where I'm an idiot, and it's a very fun picture. So what was that?
Oh, I know. Are you close with Will Wheaton? Because you're in a couple movies, and you're in my favorite fucking Tales from the Crypt episode with the house, and it's got the fucking and you're like a couple of pledges, and you fucking and Jason London fucking Tasting Confused, and it's fucking and it's one of my favorite Tales from the Crypt episodes, so you're in a couple of things with Wheaton, so I don't know. I mean, you don't have to say anything. You can just pretend I didn't ask the question, but you're in a lot of stuff together. Are you guys close?
Yeah, we formed a band.
Nice.
Really?
On Toy Soldiers, we local, I got a guitar, he got a bass, and we were just jamming through the Pink Floyd catalog. I'm genuinely excited in the scene where I wrestle him. You'll notice I'm very, we're not putting anything fake in there. I'm not pulling a Wahlberg. I'm not doing a boogie nights. That is all Coogan.
That's
when we took our underwear,
Coogan beef.
They said, you guys, everyone's all working out. Everyone wanted to be on Toy Soldiers in town. Everybody wanted to be on it. It was Taps. It was Red Dawn. It was, Die Hard. We called it Dead Poets Society meets Die Hard. So they're all buff and, wearing like wife beaters and showing off their muscles and stuff. And I'm like, I'm going up for the nerd, the geek. I don't got to do shit. I got to find a way to buy beer in Charlottesville when I'm 20. That's all I got to worry about. So, and I totally was a dick. The production one night goes, hey, everyone's spending the night at the school. And I'm like, what? Because we did a week of rehearsal, which is rare. The only 2 movies I did rehearsal on were 2 weeks of Adventures of Babysitting and 1 week for Toy Soldiers.
Okay.
And they go, yeah, surprise ambush, get in the van, we're going to the school, and you got to live by the school rules and da-da-da-da, So you see what it's like to spend the night in a prep school or boarding school. And I'm like, cool. That's against SAG rules. According to SAG rules, you have to be best in town, or you have to be this hotel I'm in right now, not spending the night. By the way, you don't do surprises on a movie with helicopters and guns and bombs and things. So what surprise? You're using real bullets? That's a great surprise too.
Surprise!
Fuck off, I'm not going. And they were like, whoa. He stood up to Mark Berg, the producer. He stood up to the directors. I just said, no, I'm not doing it. So all the other kids went and did that. Great. I don't care. So they're picking the underwear. They go, you can pick your own underwear because, of course, you're going to spend half the movie in it. And they go, all the guys immediately like, black boxers. Oh, black briefs. And I'm like, oh, tighty whitey. All the way. My character would immediately, please give me them. Hey, just worn out, like good tighty whities.
You and the tighty whities and the other guy in the banana hammock.
Hanging around. Yeah.
Dude, I love it too. Your character, man, after he does that, and then does he put a thumb in his mouth? Am I correct on that, or am I just?
There's a moment where he does lay down and go, Can we talk about something else? I'd like to go to bed without peeing my pants or whatever. Wetting the bed, or I don't forget what he says, but do I suck my thumb like a baby? I think I do.
I think so.
It is so fucking. I think
he's very oral. They took the cigarettes away from him, so he's very oral fixated. Snuffy wants to put something in his mouth.
Yeah. I mean, all these guys around with underwear. I gotta put something in there. And
how
dude, it was
that
a great
scene
movie.
in the beginning of Toy Soldiers when you guys were in the basement?
Okay.
Oh,
So
gosh.
They were 2 seconds away from
it was
a circle jerk, I think.
is what that scene. It did shoot it too. That scene was basically a screen. Lou Gossett. It tests for everybody. In this one scene, one interior, one room scene. If we can't make a little, I've got like mini movie out of this sequence, the basement sequence, then something's not working, and we could just pull the plug, and we don't have to worry about spending the rest of the money and everything. So I think everyone was kind of like, "Whoa." They're like, just be casual, like you've been friends forever. And we're like, yeah, our kind of jobs are on the line probably. So we're shooting it, and I'm like, well, the premise is weird because I wouldn't call a phone sex line with a bunch of my friends. That's weird. And they seem to be taking it semi-seriously. I don't know if they're really joshing her or not, because they're creating her, and she's black-skinned and blonde hair, or what they were saying what they looked like. Long blonde hair on a tan black man or something like that. There's just a weird thing. Though, do you know who the voice is? And this will kill you.
No.
Angela Lansbury.
She's credited.
No.
And it is John G. Avildsen's wife. So the guy that directed Karate Kid and Rocky and all that stuff, and it's his wife. And she's an actress, and she was in a van outside the set on the radio or phone or whatever, so that we could do it live and improv and do whatever. It was a really weird scenario, but we met her and talked to her.
Dude, that's a great, no awkwardness though. Was anybody like to the guy? I forgot his name, but the African American with the glasses.
Yeah.
Was anybody like, settle the fuck down, dude? Like, you're really creeping me out. No?
He went above and beyond.
He gets a good laugh on that, and I'm telling you, it doesn't matter what you do as long as you make that theater laugh. And
dude, I love theater.
You gotta, get the guy. You gotta like the guy, so you don't want him to get shot later, I guess. And the movie, it slow boils up. We get the little escape sequence in the middle, which is fun, and I get to, say I was in a movie with Mason Adams, Arlie Ermey, Lou Gossett, Denham Elliott. Great, great performers, and the bad guy. Ooh, okay. So I'll tell you a bad guy story. They were pretty method. They got into a fight in town one night, and trying to be tough, and like some big hoss came up, like, "Oh, you're tough," and they're like, "Yeah," and they see a cop rolling up and about to turn around to kind of deal with it, and he's like, "Okay, and the cops are here. What are you going to do?" And the guy, this big hoss guy, just turned around and smacked Michael Champion right in the nose, broke his nose.
Oh shit!
The day before he filmed the "Shut It Down Now," the drone sequence where he comes out to yogurt. So if you look closely in that sequence, his nose is really swollen. So they'd had that incident, and they were shooting in the school, and it's a 40-minute drive in the cast crew van or whatever to get back to the hotel. By the way, me, Will, Sean, T.E., and George, we want to apologize to the entire staff of the Days Inn on highway. Also, apologies to the Kroger and the Kmart across the highway. That also, we're sorry for really everything we did.
Some kid bought a fucking Cabbage Patch doll with a piece of shit behind it. They're like, "God damn it! Toy soldiers!"
Oh man.
Oh man,
So,
dude. Well,
yeah, you guys are awesome. Very fun to talk about any movie, really. Yeah. What? Ask what?
Like with the Babysitting Blues, like when I was a kid, like I thought that was the coolest thing. How was filming that?
I don't know. How do we pull it off? How do you go, it's buyable? How do you not cringe? Because I would cringe. I see movies where they are forced to sing, like the Adventures of Babysitting remake on Disney Plus, where they do a rap battle. They accidentally come into a rap club and have to do a rap battle. Cringe.
Yeah.
So something was in earnest. We went, okay, I mean, we've got to do this. Chris Columbus was quoting like Preston Sturgis. He goes, yeah, a movie has to have 3 great scenes and no bad ones. So we focused on the L train sequence with the "Don't Fuck with the Babysitter" and the knife. And we focused on the blues bar sequence. And I think the frat house at one point was a little bit more elaborate. We trimmed some with the bully guy and Lolita Davidovich when Anthony Rapp is macking on Lolita Davidovich. And that was like kind of trim. But the blues bar we recorded on a Sunday went into some legendary recording studio in Chicago, and Albert Collins and the Icebreakers, and we did the tracks, like doing a track separately and stuff. And then the next Monday, Tuesday, they'd attempt track of it so that they could play it for playback. And 3 cameras, 3 Panavisions, 2 of them were Panavision Platinums, which were new. The only other movie at the time that had used it was Inner Space, which opened the same weekend as us. Fuck you, Joe Dante.
Good movie.
Well, I mean, we could have had a really big opening weekend. Inner Space had a lot of marketing, and it didn't do great, but it was that was the big one. I was like, oh, really? We have to every movie in the 80s. There were 2 or 3 pictures that would come out every weekend, especially in the summer.
Yes,
and to put a teenage kids movie out on the 4th of July weekend, are you smoking glue? They wouldn't do that today. It has to be Avengers or Spider-Man.
Or Christmas.
Yeah. Put it out in the spring or exactly. Spring break movie for the kids. So they shot for 2 days, and we would shoot the whole thing beginning to end, from busting out onto the stage to high-fiving and leaving. And so they just took the best kind of takes or sequence of that, and they shot 13,000 feet of film in 2 days. Most movies, when cut, are 11,000 feet of film. So we shot more than a movie's worth of in those things. And you can tell it's the same time in multiple cameras, because there's certain cuts and people lean and you go, oh, that's absolutely, they did multiple cameras for some of that. And once again, Monica Devereaux, our choreographer, to the rescue. She helped us do the shoops.
Baby, dude, fucking
shoop, baby.
It's smooth. You can tell you guys are having fun too. Like that is, that's the difference between watching something when somebody's cringe. If you're actually having fun and not being forced to do it, you guys are totally having fun. You're smooth. You play well off of each other, and it's still to this day. It's cool. It's super.
I want to acknowledge, because I had forgot this kind of element. I really had to acknowledge that the background artists that day were phenomenal. It was a call for 80 people to be in this club. And Maya Brudner, I was doing a panel at New Jersey HorrorCon, and she goes, I really shout out to those extras, because they did every take. They brought it. They went from absolutely no way, who the hell are these kids on stage, to us. It's basically, it's a slow clap. I want to say the whole sequence is a slow clap. It takes them a while, and then one person goes, yeah, and like a girl gets into it, then they get into it, then they start, and we all, by the end of the thing, we won over the room, and it feels earned. It feels genuine. It does it. And I think the key is Elizabeth Shue. She's charming. She sings. She gives it, she sings. She's got a good voice, but they don't make it the most perfect. She's making up the words as she goes along. She did a great job of making it the illusion of the first time. Hats
Brenda's
off
probably dead.
Lisa.
Love that.
Brenda's probably the girl is probably dead.
Ain't got a nickel, and we should be in bed. You out of luck. And dude, it's
Now,
fucking good.
do you think that that the two that were chasing them, do you think that the 2 gangsters had to stay and sing the blues?
I want
to hear their fucking version. When I was a kid, I was like, what's their fucking version? Yeah.
If that's the house rule, and they don't look too beat up in next scenes, but if that's the house rule, they're not going to let these guys slide. They're going to be like, no, you sing the blues. And I think they took out the blues bar, the bartender, pulled a gun on a few patrons, and strolled out of that place. And everyone's like, what the fuck is wrong with these guys? That's what I think happened. Sorry. I love imagining off-scene stuff. Yeah. They didn't sing the blues.
I would love to have seen it, though.
Yeah.
That sequence cut from Silver Dollar Saloon in Toronto, where it's on the poster of the Big Town with Matt Dillon. That was also an 80s movie at that time. And then the alley is Chicago. The inside is Chicago, and then the front of the place is back in Toronto. So we cut back and forth through a bunch of different cities. And I love Babysitting Blues. Great sequence. And then at Legion, we run. And once again, I love it when he goes get the car earlier with the chop shop, and they chases the car later, but he goes, get the car. The car thief's like, what are you going to do? Run them over? They're just kids. And he goes, get the car. And I'm like, oh, he's going to kill these children. Oh, he's going to kill these children.
Yes.
And If you're movie fans of Cronenberg, we do a quick shot in Cronenberg Alley. It is Brundle flies the dock behind his apartment where he takes Gina Davis through. And we put Chris Columbus was like, I want the camera in the same spot. He put the camera in, and there's a shot where we run through the alley and the car chases us. And it's the David Cronenberg Alley from The Fly.
That's fucking awesome.
Now I got to rewatch The Fly.
Yeah, well, The Fly is genius. I love The Fly.
Oh my god, that's brilliant. I love The
Fly.
Fly.
Has John Getz, who then raps back to Don't Tell Me I'm Babysitters. But that's got Joanna Cassidy. And she's a Blade Runner with Sean Young, who was also in Cousins with me. But I also did a ghost movie with Sean Young. That was with Steve Carell's back. And then he was in, I'm sorry, it's a weird, when you work long enough, you walk onto the set and you go, oh, hey, well, you're just looking with people. Like I worked with Billy Zabka twice. Did a karate picture with him and then the Snake movie. And it's great. It's fun. And at one point you go, we're just working on, it's all one movie, right? It's all one movie.
That's cool.
And certain actors always play the same characters. Richard Belzer, Guinness Book of World Record, 170 or something roles as the same character on TV for different networks, under different shows, under different writers. That's a universe.
Belzer. And it was a movie called The Wrong Guys, right? Right, guys? And too much Drano in my tab. And
yeah, really.
on that, we'll see. Unless you guys had another question, I figured we would rate the movie, see if it stands up. Would you guys have a question? Slopdog Bone?
No, I'm good.
Yeah, I was just right. Like, no, I'm good. That Babysitting Blues one was really the one that, because again, this movie was one of those movies that we watched, and this was like. We watched it like I'm a sucker for a good adventure. I love fantasy novels. I love fictional stories. And when I was a kid, I remember watching Adventures in Babysitting, and every single time it was like new to me. It felt awesome and cool. It just felt like I was going on the adventure with you guys.
That score by Michael Kamen, it really accentuated. It's like cartoon music. It just every little eyebrow raise of people, the score, the violins and stuff play along. And I think that sells it. We ripped off the color scheme from Raiders of the Lost Ark for the title.
Oh.
So if you look at the poster, you'll see we just reversed the shading. Or I didn't say I didn't fucking design shit. But yeah, on the Babysitting poster, it's supposed to be reminiscent of Indiana Jones and that kind of a thing. And of course, all posters lie, so all four of us don't hang off the building. And the poster was done by Drew Struzan, who is a famous poster artist guy. And nice piece. It was very supported by Disney. When it came out, we had a double-page, full-color spread in LA Times. And they played the hell out of that trailer for a week. It starts with that Iggy Pop song, "Well, you just out of school." And any movie that's got Iggy Pop and, the blue, they could never do a soundtrack for it because all the artists were from different labels.
Oh,
and
fuck.
they wanted the music what they wanted. They're like, we want this. They're like, it'd be cheaper if you did. We spent all our money on Thor, so we just want our movie soundtrack.
He wasn't even that big then. Like, right, we're watching it and we're like, oh, it's funny you watch a movie as a kid, right? And then you go back and you go, motherfucker, that's fucking Kingpin. You know what I mean? That's motherfucker, he's in, things have changed. I mean, it looked like, God bless him, I think he's a great actor, but from there to now, you're like, I mean, looks like he was getting all the women back then, stopped eating pussy, started eating cake, right? You're like, what the fuck happened, I don't know.
This is my rifle. This is my gun.
Yeah.
What happened? You blow your brains out in the fucking Kubrick movie. And should have worn that Thor helmet, protected yourself. And anyway. But
I was
so
hoping to see him in the Marvel universe somewhere. They brought him back as just like a throwback as a Thor in some universe.
We are Adventures in Babysitting is a Marvel picture. So look on the poster. Look at the bottom. And it says Marvel. And look on the cover of the VHS. It says Marvel. Very proud of that. I think it is canon. And here's another weird one. I don't know if you guys saw Jay and Silent Bob reboot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I love it.
Yeah, I did.
love the scene.
So I have a quick bit with the fishes are done and all that stuff. But they mentioned me earlier, and Keith Coogan classic. And Jason Lee. I'm like, Jason Lee, get my name out of your mouth. It wraps back at the end. Chris Hemsworth is a hologram that's like a information booth for Harley Quinn. And they're hitting the thing, and he's like, don't try to say, fuck me till you're Thor. And they've, of course, already done the joke. Don't try to hump the hologram. He's like, I don't care. They're paying me anyway. Look, autographs are left. This is that way. I'm out of here. Dishes are done, man. So, wait a second. Kevin Smith's a genius. He has Chris Hemsworth, who was a Thor, saying, dishes are done, man, which was my line from Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. But I was also in Adventures in Babysitting with Thor. Whoa, mind blown.
I love that scene of Jay and Silent Bob. Dude, you're like, wait for it. Fishes are done, man. I was telling my wife that. She's like, get the fuck out of here. And I was like, look at that. It's fucking great because of the movie. She's like, I get it, you piece of shit. Yeah.
Kevin builds on a joke that someone did, and then he'll save it in his head. He'll go, I remember a take where someone did this thing. And so I guess who had done it earlier? Jason Lee, maybe? And then he had Matt Damon do it during the Loki speech. He goes, wait for it. So I did like 2-3 takes, and he comes over and he goes, hey, after you do the thing, give us a little wait for it. And I'm like, in my head, I went, really? But to Kevin, I went, oh, sure.
Yeah.
And in my mind, it was a long hangout, like throwing a football, like, boo, it's airborne. And I watched the movie just like this split second, but I should have trusted Kevin more on that bit.
No, yeah, dude, fucking one of the best cameos. I love it. I lost my mind when I seen it. I was like, fucking Coogan! You know what I mean? I don't know.
Thank you. Very cool. And now I'm in the Kevin Smith universe. Woo!
Yeah. Well, man, you are Tasteless and Jason. We're all huge fans of you. We're gonna rate this movie, and we don't do stars. We do dog dicks, And because when we were kids, my mother.
It's not like anybody died. Nobody dies in Adventures of Babysitting. There's threats of dying and getting your eyeballs stabbed and all that stuff, or poke your brains out. However, there's no knives.
Rape.
Wait, no, there are. I get stabbed in the foot. There's no guns. There's the guy in a bus station with the gun. There's no bad portrayals of people like car thieves or there is. Wait a second. There's no portraying Vietnam vets as psycho, possessive, missing hand guys. Oh wait, there is. It's pretty bad.
Can I just say that Handsome John Pruitt is like awesome name, and I wish I would have named a band that.
He told us all his references as he's doing it because he's an author. He wrote A Couple of White Chicks Sitting Around Talking, Laundry and Bourbon, and he's a notorious playwright. He's also a notorious, complete crazy person. You could get him for little windows of time. I love John Ford Noonan, but he goes, that's from, first of all, the Handsome John Pruitt. I think John Pruitt is a character in East of Eden. I'm not sure. And then the Handsome came in. He's like, well, look at this face. He added that. It was one of the script. We're like, yeah, that's perfect. And then he does this whistle. He goes, I can't whistle right now. He whistles on his way back. And he goes, I took that from a Hitchcock film with the murderer whistled it. And somebody knew who was the murderer because they'd heard the whistle before and blah, blah, blah. So it was supposed to be creepy. But what's great is he whistles it. And then Michael Kamen, you hear the strings go, da, 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 da. And so the feedback loop of a script to an actor that then does something, adds to it, and then it goes back to post-production, and you add some music cues or and not care on a moment-to-moment basis. What is the audience paying attention to right now? And I think since Chris Columbus came from a writing background with Goonies, Gremlins, Young Sherlock Holmes, uncredited on Reckless with Aidan Quinn, he knew where to put the audience's focus at any given time. And so thank you, Chris. Directorial debut, and he came in like a master. So I totally give it up to him. So go ahead, judge our little movie. Judge our little $8 million movie, which made $36 million in the box office. Go ahead, judge it. They continue
Released June
forever and ever.
19th, 1987.
No, that's not correct. They
It's
did do
not?
some test preliminary screenings, but if you did a test preliminary screening of Deadpool Wolverine 2 weeks ago, you wouldn't call that the release date. The
You mean
release
the
date
internet lied
is,
to me?
of course, it lies to you. It lies all over the
Not
place.
the internet.
Maybe 2 theaters, like in New York or something, but that's not the release date. Release date's July 3rd. Yeah, 4th of July weekend.
A hot blonde out of Tucson isn't a hot blonde? What? Get the fuck out of here.
And then we went up, and they increased theaters, and our box office went up second weekend, and then it ran for weeks. It just, we were very lucky. And every weekend it lost. They're like, oh, it only made this much, and then it kept going down, but not a lot. And I'm pretty proud. It had legs, and then I think it did well. It had a really big VHS, DVD release. And I think Don't Tell Mom is the first movie released initially on DVD. And then the VHS came later for Don't Tell Mom. The first movie, first and last movie on VHS.
Don't Tell Mom?
No. Do you guys know the first movie publicly released for everybody on VHS and the last movie publicly released? The studio's press. The window of VHS.
No. Hit us with the juice.
Alien 1979, first wide release of a VHS to home audiences.
Wow.
And the last
Classic.
studio-supported VHS movie was History of Violence with Viggo Mortensen.
Good movie. I love that.
Oh, wow. I would not have
That's
guessed either
a
of those.
format. That's a lot of years for a format.
Yeah. Wow.
DVD was 5 years before something better came along. It was like, what? I love the meme going along. I'm like, well, I don't know why we're pissed. Well, we bought the movie on VHS, then we bought it on DVD, and then we bought it, then we downloaded it, and now you want us to stream it, and we're pissed.
Now it's on Voodoo, my phone, anytime I want to watch it.
And Redbox that shit.
Rest in peace, Redbox.
I remember Redbox. Yeah, Grandpa. That's sweet. Okay.
We came from a town where someone was like, what's a red box? Before red box was a thing. And we're like, Jesus, fuck, this is the sticks. And, Connecticut. And, well, Keith, what I was saying was, again, our mom, she's a loving lady. We love her a lot. But when she would get mad at us, she would call us dog dicks. Like, you fucking dog dick, whatever. Clearly, now you can see how we turn out the way we are. And we love you, Mom. And so instead of stars, we give it dog dick. So we're going to, from the movie, from being kids to now, how does it do? And I say it fucking still stands up.
Context on Toy Soldiers of why you gave it dog dicks. I did not know.
That's right.
Why are they giving this movie? Clearly, it's like this B movie trash jam for them. They like the movie, and it's measured in dog dicks. I didn't get that, but I was game,
correct.
and I understand this is now the standard. This is like Godzilla -1. How people say this movie, you could have made 20 Godzilla -1s for this movie's budget. This movie is 17 Godzilla -1s. All right, dog dick does.
We go 1 to 5. We go 1 to 5 dog dicks, and if you want to do half, it's like a dog dick and a tip. So instead of 5.5 stars, it's a dog dick, 5 dog dicks and a tip. So I would say,
yes. Okay. Oh God, no. Me and my mom did comedy writing, and we wrote for John Wayne Bobbitt, the Sleeping on Your Stomach tour, and we wrote his whole act and trained him, and then he invited to his premiere, John Wayne Bobbitt Uncut. And Ron Jeremy directed it. And we're at the Academy Museum where they give out Oscars or the Academy Theater and everything. And we're there, and I'm sitting next to my mom because, we helped bring him to the performer that he is today. And in the middle of the movie, my mom goes, what would you rate this movie? And I went, I give it half a thumb. Anyway, continue.
Well, now you can tell but I can tell everyone you got a new scale. And so I would say this movie still holds up.
Yeah.
I watched it. My kid fucking still liked it, and he's gonna be a teenager. He doesn't like anything, and so I'm gonna say this fucking movie holds up. I would say not as good as Toy Soldiers, but I'd give it 4 dog dicks and a tip. That's what I would give it. Still holds up. 4 dog dicks and a tip. Bone, what say you?
Not bad.
All right. I love this movie. I actually enjoyed it a little more than Toy Soldiers.
What?
There was
Get the fuck
some,
outta here.
I know you jacked off to Toy Soldiers for years. I know you loved it. I loved it too. Not as much as you, but Adventures in Babysitting to me always felt like I said earlier, like an adventure, and I love a good adventure, and I'm gonna give it same. I'm gonna give it 4 dog dicks and a tip.
Dude.
I thought it was.
No, what does it
I think
take to
holds
get
up.
5 dog dicks around here?
I think it holds up. I think it's a phenomenal film, and I will keep watching. I'm looking forward to showing my kids.
If you withhold that fucking dog dick tip from Don't Tell Them the Babysitter's Dead.
Well, you're gonna have to jump on and see.
Yeah, 5 dog ticks from Don't Tell Mom.
Fuck that. Keith is forgetting our number. He's fucking blocking Discord. He's fucking getting off shit.
I never had a Discord before now. I'm a Reddit idiot, so I've never had a fucking Discord before now.
Oh my God.
Oh, so we started this. We didn't know how to record. We just kind of like, hey, let's have a podcast. I'm like, wait, how do we do a podcast?
Clearly. And, but no, I think your character, I love your character. I mean, I think he's a great guy, even though, I mean, everyone has a spiff with their brother, their sister, you got to rat them out, or, fucking, my kids will randomly Van Damme each other, but I don't know, I like your character, but I was hoping for him. I wish he got the broad, but he didn't. And, but Slopdog, how about you? How many dog dicks you giving this?
Well, I think it still holds up. I like it too. Makes me think of an adventure. I mean, we watched it all the time as kids. I remember going to the video store and renting it and being super excited to watch it. So I give it 4 and a tip.
4 dog dicks.
Wow.
Yeah,
Once again, I get dicked out of a tip. Man.
Just a tip, though, Keith. You're only missing just a tip,
tip.
brother. You know what I mean?
I really feel incomplete. Oh, man.
I don't remember. I think I gave Toy Soldiers 5 dog dicks, though.
You gave.
Oh, yeah. That's good.
Yep.
Okay, good. Thank you.
I think
Slopdog gave it 5 and a tip.
I might have. Yeah, I love it. Fuego. I love it.
Oh,
Keith, what do you give? How many dog dicks? How many dog dicks you give it?
Oh, I agree with IMDb. They automatically put your top 4 movies by interactions or people looking it up. Remember the comment boards on IMDb in the old days? That was the bottom of the internet. Oh my God. My mom would get on and fight with people. And I'd be like, my mom doesn't understand the internet. And I'd be like, Mom, it's just making things worse. And she'd use my stepdad's name. And they're like, what do you mean you're his mom, Rob? It was just hysterical. So, with the IMDb, they have your top 4, and it is Fox and the Hound, Don't Tell Mom Babysitting, Adventure Babysitting, and Toy Soldiers. So I think all 4 of those are 5 dicks for me, 5 dog dicks for me, or 5 fox dicks, or 5 hound dicks, or whatever.
We do Fox and the Hound. We'll have
Your animal of choice.
change it up. Fox. Yeah. Oh, man. Keith, it's fucking been awesome having you on. We greatly appreciate it. Let's get a moment. We'll close it down here. If you hang on for a second, we'll officially let you off. But that's it, folks. That was Adventures in Babysitting. And, so saith the shepherd, so saith the flock.
28.5 dog dicks. All right, thank you. Or no, 18.5 dog dicks. That's great. I'm really missing those half tip dicks. I'm missing them, man. What do I got to do? I wore the eyeliner, the red eyeliner, so I looked like an asthmatic. Oh no, wait, Adventures in Babysitting.
What are you, some kind of dog dick? Dick.
Yes, I love it. I loved your slam on Toy Soldiers. That was great.
Yeah. Dude, I love that fucking movie, kid. I was like, my love's back for it. I'm watching it, and I'm I watch it all the time as I was younger, so just yeah, it's fucking good, kid. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you, man.
Through our whole childhood, since that movie came out, we watched it 1 million times. Chowder picked up the movie poster and it was hanging above his bed. We shared a room, and it was hanging above his bed for years and years and years.
Let's not make it crazy. Shots at it or
I don't
something.
know. The lights went out, and I heard sounds, and I don't know what was going on.
Look away, Bo. Look away. This time I'm getting Will Wheaton. Boom.
This time, it's every time.